I started doing artwork for Death Row at the first part of 1996, right before the All Eyes on Me album dropped. That was my first project, the centerfold for that.
Okay. So you got you I mean, what a hell of a project to jump into this in with. What was it like working with Tupac, and how was he in describing to you what he wanted?
I mean, working with Tupac, I mean, it was like, to me, it was kind of like a dream come true, because, I mean, I was already a fan of his even before I got on Death Row, just listening to, like, Brenda's Had a Baby, watching the movie Jules, and then, you know, reading about him a lot, and then, you know, listening to Me Against the World, that album, I mean, I was fascinated with him. So it was a real crazy experience to be able to sit right next to him and talk to him about, you know, what he wanted to do for albums. I mean, on the All Eyes on Me album, I really didn't get that good of an explanation because my boy Head Dog, he ended up getting the artwork, and he ended up bringing it to me, and then we kind of collabed on our first project. So he had already had it on his mind, and I already got the word from Tupac on what we were supposed to do on that album.
Yeah. Well, the most famous piece I think you did was probably the Killuminati piece. What was the process like as far as doing that? Was Pac, you know, hands-on with you and telling you what he wanted? If so, how was he breaking it down?
Actually, that's kind of a crazy story, because when I first found out about doing the Killuminati album, I had got a call from Suge from the main office telling me what they wanted to put together. And at that same time, he was telling me about that. We had a meeting later on that night, which I wrote about it in my book, From the Streets to the Industry. We had a meeting that same night at Gladstone. I took the mock-up to him. I showed Suge. Suge told me, let's get to work on it. I got to work on it. Maybe about a week later, I met up with Pop. That was even before I already knew that he wanted to be on the cross, but I never filled in the cross. So when I had to meet up with Pop to show him, he explained to me what he wanted the cross to be, and in the inside he wanted the roadmap. And in the roadmap, he wanted to display cities across the east and the west.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's an iconic cover. It came out phenomenal. I remember when they revealed it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what the industry did to him. I mean, the album symbolized what he went through and his struggles. Did you get to know Pac at all?
I mean, yeah. Pac was one of the main reasons why I was on Death Row. I mean, Suge introduced me to Tupac while they were shooting the California Love video at the Compton Swap Meet. And Pac looked through my portfolio, and maybe about a month later, I was working on that project. And a month after that, I was hired on the Death Row to do other artwork underneath Joe Cool and Hen Dog.
Wow. So he already had Killuminati in the works while he was already working on All Eyes on Me.
No, I can't say that, because All Eyes on Me was already basically at 1 billion sold before I even started working on Killuminati. I didn't start working on Killuminati until maybe about August, the end part of August, the beginning of September, because right after I turned it in, I turned the album artwork in to Fox the same day, finished the same day, that Friday before we left for Vegas, which was September the 6th.
Then the next day he got shot.
Next day he got shot, bro.
Wow.
You know, they kind of tore my career off. Because that same day he was telling me how he was getting ready to host an art show for me. Therefore, had already given me a budget to start buying canvases and basically start doing artwork. And Pac was going to be the host of my art show. So he didn't make it back from Vegas. So all of that kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah, and we know the rest. How do you feel about this biopic coming up?
I mean, I would have to see it. I saw the trailer for it. I mean, it seems interesting, but I mean, I have to really see it in order to just give my opinion on it. You know what I mean? But so far from what I've seen, it seems like it's interesting enough to make me want to step out and go see the movie.